What's going on, America? This is Kevin from Kevin's Corner, and I try to make sense out of nonsense. Unfortunately, there's been another mass shooting. I won't call it necessarily mass shooting, I guess, man. This guy down in Texas over the weekend. I don't know if he had a bad day. I don't know what happened. He got pulled over for a traffic ticket, and he decides to go on a shooting rampage. And of course, the police ended up shooting the man, and that's usually how these things end. But nonetheless, when I saw it happen, now this is sad, guys. It's sad when you see a mass shooting, and as a conservative, you're almost more saddened by the fact that we're going to have to go through a whole nother week or two of the Democrats and the liberal media coming after people who had nothing to do with this. I mean, as soon as it happened, I'm like, oh man. Now, my first thought should be, oh man, the poor people who did this. I mean, the poor people who this happened to, or the families, or all of that stuff. That should be my first thought. But as a conservative, when you automatically know the response of the Democrats and the liberal media, the first thought was, oh my God, not another shooting. Here we go for a whole nother 2 or 3 weeks of them talking about, let's take all of the assault rifles of innocent people who had nothing to do with this crazy man who, I don't know if he had a bad day at work. I heard he went to work, everything was fine, and next he got pulled over and this went on a rampage. Now, it has become political when that's your first thought. I mean, back when it happened out in Colorado, everybody was like, the poor children. Look at all of these poor. When they shot the little kids, I think that might have been in Colorado too. The one guy went into the elementary school and started killing those kids. The first thought was, oh my God, what about the children? Even in Sandy Hook, I was like, oh man, what about the children? And then what did the Democrats do? March a whole bunch of those students out, use them as shields so that they can push gun legislation and go after the gun as if the gun was responsible for shooting the people. And it makes you become so defensive because you almost feel like, man, you're punishing me for somebody else's choices. You're going to take away my rights because some Joe, who obviously is crazy, because let's be real, for you to decide the best plan of attack when it comes down to governing my life is let's kill a whole bunch of people. For you to even come to that conclusion, you have to be crazy. Even people who get fed up with life and decide, I don't want to live anymore, most of them just shoot themselves. But for you to say, I'm miserable and I'm going to take a whole bunch of innocent people with me, and you're not a terrorist, none of that, you're just a mad person, you're crazy. Now, how you got the gun, people could debate that. But what you don't do is say, like Beto O'Rourke, we need to go ahead and implement an assault rifle ban. We need to get them all, get all the AR-15s, get all of that stuff out of here. Now, here's my thing. I always get suspicious when the first go-to is take guns, okay? That makes my spidey senses start to tingling, okay? I start feeling it. I'm like, wait a minute. Why are you coming after guns of legal citizens? Let's do some numbers. If you're looking at all of the millions of people who own guns and own AR-15s, so just like the left always does, they will punish the masses for the minority. A couple people get mad because they feel that there's not a bathroom for me. I'm transgender, want a transgender bathroom. Now all of a sudden, the 0.01% of transgender men or women running around, now all of a sudden we got to change all the bathrooms. I'm not sure. So you get the small percentage of mass shooters that happen to use a AR-15 or something like that. Now all of a sudden they say, well, you know what? Let's take them all. Let's get rid of all of the assault rifles. Now, first things first. To do that, you got to say, well, I'm willing to come up in people's houses and take their assault rifles. Now, if I'm the police or if I'm in charge of going in and doing that, I'm a little concerned. I'm like, well, wait a minute. First of all, how do we know they got one? Secondly, how we know they're going to just say, well, here you go, officer, just take mine. This could result in criminalizing millions of innocent gun owners because they feel like when the government wants to come in and force you to either, they say buyback, but that's not a buyback. It's, look, give me your gun, we'll give you a little bit of money for it, or else we'll just take it and then say that you're a criminal. So that's not really a choice, okay? So to get those guns, either you're going to have to criminalize the people who own them and then take it by force, or you're going to go ahead and create some voluntary hand them back in, which nobody's going to do that. But the bad part about that stupid decision is that, do you think that's going to keep guns out of the hands of the criminals? No. Look at the guy who, I guess, had a big shootout up in Philadelphia. I'm not sure where it was, a couple weeks ago. The kid who went on a rampage, shot several police officers. That man's criminal background was longer than the Constitution. I mean, this dude shouldn't have had a gun, but guess what? He knew that. He's like, look, I'm a criminal. Do you think I care whether I have a legally owned firearm? Do you think I'm going down for the background check? Don't want to. In fact, I'm going to Rollo on the corner. I'm going to say, Rollo, you got an unmarked gun I can get? I got about 500 on me right now. Yeah, dude, I got you. Meet me at this place and I'm going to drop the gun off for you. That's how they work, okay? Do you think somebody on a suicide mission to kill a whole bunch of people and most likely go out, getting killed by the police, do you think he's sitting there thinking, well, maybe I better go the legal route to get a weapon so I can kill a whole bunch of people? No, he's going, I don't care if I get this legally or illegally. My mission is a bonsai mission. It's a suicide mission. It's kamikaze, bonsai, one way, fill the plane up only with enough gas for one trip. That's why these new suggestions like Beto O'Rourke talking about we need to get assault weapons off the road. And then they talk vague. They talk vague. Assault weapon ban. Nobody wants to define that. That's like hate speech. You know how it is. Oh, we need to talk about hate speech. Define that, please. Anything that hurts someone's feelings on the inside. Okay, so who decides what's hate speech? We do. Yeah, that's the problem. Okay, same thing with assault weapons or assault rifles. They always talk about, see, they don't want to use just rifles. Assault weapons, what they want to do is just kind of vaguely throw that out there, thinking that the average American associates the AR-15 or some type of semi-automatic machine gun as an assault weapon, not realizing that they could pretty much slap that term on any gun. And at the end of the day, you think you're giving up AR-15s and all the AK-47s, and they're talking about, oh, no, we want them all. Because you know how the Democrats are. They like to play around with terms to make you think that the term means something else. No, they're not illegal aliens. They're just undocumented citizens. Yeah, you know how they do it. So I don't trust them. Beto O'Rourke is probably one of the few idiot Democrats who just, they can't even disguise it. He can't even disguise it. He's like, you know what? I want to take the guns. Him, you got some of them other ones out there. The one dude who dropped out of the race, the first one, I forget his name, out in California with the pumpkin pie haircut. Those are Eric Swalwell. Those are people who just straight come out like, yep, we want to take all the guns. But don't be fooled. I believe the majority of the Democratic Party wants to get their hands on the guns. And it's kind of like, it's like a rat. If a rat gets his nose in a hole, it's going to work his whole body in eventually. And for the Democrats to always say, well, no. They say things like, we don't want open borders. We just want to not demonize people who come across the border. So that's open borders. No. We don't want all the guns. We just want all of the assault weapons. Well, isn't that all the guns? What? No. Whoever said that? We would no. See, that's why I don't trust them. Now, you've been listening to Kevin and Kevin's Corner, where I try to make sense out of nonsense. You just can't make sense out of Beto O'Rourke. That's effed up. I guess he's a tough guy now because he's using, cuss words and stuff. Think that's going to get him back into the race. Yeah, watch me use a big boy word. Throw this out there. Maybe they'll think I'm cool and hip and progressive. And it shows my passion and my anger about this because I'm willing to step outside the box and curse right on TV. Curse right on TV. Look, I'm edgy. No, you're big, fat, tall, overgrown, 6 foot and some change nerd. That's what you are. Slash fake politician that can't control his arms. Now, you've been listening to Kevin and Kevin's Corner. Check me out every Wednesday night, 7:30 live, in Kevin's Corner on YouTube, 7:30 via YouTube, and my radio blog talk show. Don't forget to hit like, share, subscribe, and the notification button. What else? Check out Extreme Teas, my sponsor. Put my name in the promo code, you'll get a 20% discount, Kevin. Not only that, if you want to donate to Kevin and Kevin's Corner, feel free. There's a link in the bottom of this video to do that. And also check and make sure you haven't been unsubscribed. YouTube. Anyway, and then finally, find me on Facebook and Twitter. All right, God bless you. See you next time in Kevin's Corner.